Hey, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in yet again to the show. Pablo P. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm in the house.
Yeah, you are. Literally.
Yeah.
In the house. So you were telling me about your living situation before we started rolling, and I want to hear about it.
Yeah, my living situation is like really kind of terrible. The only thing that's like good about it is that it is with my like longtime friend. We I would say we're best friends. He and I share a 1 bedroom apartment.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I live in the living room of the 1 bedroom apartment. So
So people just walk in and they see you.
yeah, luckily I know when somebody's coming. Like it hasn't been weird, and we like really the only people that have came over has been like mutual friends. So I'm like we're not uncomfortable. He did have one girl over, which was funny.
Yeah.
I did get home one day and they were in his room, and I didn't talk to her, but when she left later that night, she did have to like walk across my bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, bye. So I mean, it is super awkward. Not only is there not, I did trick him into this situation, by the way.
You tricked him.
Yeah, I tricked him because I sold him a very specific situation or a very specific dream. And so the dream I sold him was, I said, look, we'll get a 1 bedroom apartment, right? And yeah, I'll live in the living room, but I'll put up some Chinese walls.
Yeah.
Some paper, some of those
Partitions.
Yeah. I'll put something up, and we'll make it be not terrible.
Right.
And a couple weeks in, I've made no effort to buy them. And they're expensive too, by the way. And especially any good ones are
Right.
like not really cheap.
And you don't really need them.
You don't really need them, and it's like
Yeah.
my privacy's done. I don't have privacy.
Yeah.
Privacy's over, and so I'm just like, you know what? This is my reality.
So you have a bed in the common space, or is it a
Yeah.
couch?
So there's no couch.
Oh,
No,
okay.
there's no couch. No. I was like, there's no couch.
You're like, we're moving here, but I'm putting a bed.
Yeah, I'm putting
in
a
the
bed.
living room.
Yeah, we actually just this last week that just ended, we had 5 people living in the 1 bedroom. It was because I was telling you I went to Boston last week. Those 2 people that I was with, a couple, they came to New York and stayed in my living room with me. So we added I didn't even know that there was this much space. She like the girl, she fucking like set it up better, and like we had 2 beds in there.
Yeah.
And then obviously my roommate, and then Jaylene was also coming over all the fucking time, was inviting herself over. So we were like 5 deep in that 1 bedroom. Insane.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really hitting your Hispanic roots there.
Yeah, really kind of fucking really like bringing it back home to. And I'm not a stranger to that type of shit. I like literally grew up with 2 brothers. I don't have 2 brothers. I have 1 brother and but I've had like stepbrothers
He
or
lives with black people.
or like
is what you're saying.
Yeah. Similar. Yeah. Low income for sure.
Yeah. So you were used to like a packed house, kind of, in the sense.
I grew up like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up in certain situations like that. But what's it called? Yeah, I tried to get into the boys' room. I was telling you, boys' room is yeah. It's just a tour. It's just touring like embarrassing guys.
You said it's on Instagram?
It's on Instagram. I think they just got picked up because they were offering money to be on it, and they would like. The point of the show is not just to make fun of you, but they also like improve the space. But they haven't gotten back to me, so I don't know if they're gonna. We had an interview. The lady was like,
really?
Yeah, it was like over Zoom, and she was like trying to like, she was trying to get me to tell my story a little bit, and like just like say a little bit of how the circumstances are, and what's it called? She seemed like she thought it was funny that like everything that I explained, but I mean she probably had to pitch it and like edit the video and send it to people. So I don't know if I'm the right choice.
Sounds like Pimp My Ride, a version of Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, it's like Pimp My Ride a little bit
Yeah.
for like millennial dudes in New York.
There was Room Raiders too, if you remember that.
Oh, vaguely. Room Raiders? It was like the same thing?
Room Raiders would be like, say there was say you would go into 3 different chicks' rooms, and based on their room, you would pick like which one you wanted to date,
Wow. Interesting.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
So like they would come into your room and be like, is he clean? Does he have posters? Or
Right.
and
Wow.
They would judge you based on that.
Yeah, my room would be fucking the worst. Like they would be like, "This is insane. This guy's mentally ill."
They're like, all he needs is some Chinese partitions.
Yeah, yeah. This guy's not. Yeah.
This is fixable.
Wait, did they know who? Like, were the girls were the options for room raiders? Were they usually like kind of across the board in attractiveness? Like it was like kind of similar, or were they like all over the place?
It could have been, 2 hot guys and a troll.
A troll.
The troll could have got picked because
okay.
he had a cleanly room.
Cleanly
and,
room, yeah.
no condoms in the garbage can or anything.
That's like a real life, like Hinge type situation.
I feel like guys are like pretty like a normal good looking guy has a not a good room.
You think so?
Yeah,
Huh.
I think so. Yeah. Like the cleaner your room is. I mean, this might be the wrongest take. I think the cleaner and like way nicer your room is, you're going towards like gayness,
Yeah.
or like uptight, like a level of type A uptightness that I feel like is not even. It's like it's going away from attractive.
Yeah. This
It's
guy's
like-
too put together.
Yeah, you're like going. There's like psychopath or gay or like kind of like just uptight, like not cool, not a fun guy to be around.
Yeah.
Like a cool, attractive guy is usually kind of a mess. I
He's
think.
a bit of a mess. His
I think he's
hair's
a little
all
bit of a
over
mess.
the place.
He's not. It's not a shithole, but it's not a desirable place.
Yeah. It's not
for-
like a heroin den,
Yeah.
but it's got some clothes.
It's got some clothes. It's got
Sitting
some.
around.
It's got maybe like
they're
some
checking everything. Like they're opening all your
drawers. Yeah.
Oh, man.
They're gonna look at your wardrobe and see like what clothes you wear.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun. If they went in my drawers, they'd find weapons.
Yeah, they find random weapons. They find nunchucks.
Right behind you, actually.
I love that.
Yeah, they'd find my maca root.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's that mushroom supplement that you take for your dick.
Really?
Your dick and balls. It's like
Hell
sexual
yeah.
wellness. It's
They'd be
nice.
like, I'm picking him. I don't even have to see the other two.
Who's like the culture that found that and kind of believes in that the most?
Oh, I don't like where the maca root.
Yeah,
came
because
from.
that has to
Let's find
come
that.
from like some culture that's like
Mayans or something.
yeah, because there's no way that's like a white people thing, right?
Well, you've heard of like ashwagandha.
Yeah, Where's that from?
That's
that sounds
the
like
other-
Peruvian.
that's
Oh,
Peruvian. I was gonna
Maca.
say that sounds like Amazonian type shit.
Ashwagandha, I think that's Mexican. Or-
Ashwagandha?
I
Yeah,
think
it could
so.
be.
Incredible.
It could be like a god. It sounds like a god.
Yeah, that to me that sounds a little bit
Yeah,
Indian.
I think of it like,
Or it could be Indian.
Sounds a little bit Indian.
where's Machu Picchu? Is that Peruvian also?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Wow,
it
this
is
all
Peruvian.
The Peruvians just walk around hard on mushrooms all day.
Yeah,
Oh, it's actually African.
ashwagandha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashwagandha forever.
Yeah, yeah, it does sound like.
You're like this over your dick.
Yeah.
But it does, I think it's good. I think all guys should take it. Even if your dick's fine.
How long can you even be on supplements, like personally? Because I've tried stuff like the fads. They get me.
Oh yeah.
I've tried lion's mane.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've tried ashwagandha. I've done shit. What else have I done? I've done creatine.
Okay. Legal steroid.
Legal creatine.
All that does is put water in your muscles. You
Yeah,
just
yeah. I
retain
heard it's
wa-
also good for your brain a little bit.
Makes sense.
A little
That's what
bit.
Andrew Huberman said.
Yeah, Huberman said that.
He also
Huberman,
says nicotine's good.
yeah.
which is nice.
I chew.
like that.
I think I'm pretty. He's got it in my head pretty good because I fucking chew.
You
nicotine.
ignore everything else he says and just says, yeah, I like that he says nicotine's good.
Yeah. and I ignore that he says that smoking
the
it is
worst.
bad.
Yeah,
He's
smoking
like,
is terrible.
You should do Zins or gum.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nicotine.
I heard Zins are fucking up people's gums.
Oh yeah, they gotta, right? Just
They're
shitting in there all
eating
day?
it up, basically eating up your gums a little bit.
Well, you've seen guys who've dipped forever and they're missing a fucking
Yeah.
part of their face, and they just put it in the other side.
Yeah, and they're like, all right, that part's done.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have all this mouth left.
Yeah.
I still got plenty of mouth.
Yeah. You can put it up
fucking
here.
erode.
Upper tank.
I saw this old ass lady. I love seeing an old person, like really fucking old, like 90, but they
Yeah.
still like smoke or drink
Right.
because it's like encouraging. You
Yeah.
know? You're like, oh no, we can do this.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
Right. And I saw the video of like this 90-year-old woman just putting loose leaf,
Yeah.
red man tobacco, which is like the hardest shit ever. It's
Right.
like leaves.
Yeah.
And she's just chewing on it. She's like, I
Being
love
a fucking
this.
savage. Sick.
Yeah.
I you know what? I like smokers' voices
Yeah.
when they age and they have a crazy like
Buttery, bassy
Just-
voice.
just crunch. And I like it when it's crunchy. I'm talking like
Like
yeah,
the hole
like
in
it
the
sounds
throat?
like their throat is going through speed bumps or some shit. Like just that's nuts. I like that. I think it's cool.
It is cool. Yeah. And they say, obviously, if you're like a singer or something, you're not. You're supposed to like not drink, not smoke.
Yeah, it'll fuck up your voice.
But then you hear like these old jazzy guys, and you're like,
Would it lowers their voice over time? No.
yeah,
Like
probably.
have you seen what's been going on with I don't know what it's like right now, but like the evolution of Miley Cyrus's voice.
Right.
Yeah, like
yeah, it sounds like a zipper.
it's that's been trending because her voice is going nuts.
Yeah. Well, she had like a surgery or something.
Did she?
I think she did.
Huh?
She had like a surgery.
She also started really young.
Yeah. You think that's like deteriorating and kind of like there's like a too much use thing going on?
It also depends on how you sing too. Like if you're belting,
Yeah, you can damage it by
Yeah.
doing a little too much, huh?
yeah, and if you don't sing from your like stomach, if you're like a throat singer,
Yeah.
that fucks it up worse.
Huh.
Like that's why you hear like, well, Kurt Cobain didn't get to age, but that motherfucker would scream.
Yeah.
If he did that till he was 50,
His throat would be
he'd
gone.
be fucked.
Yeah, you couldn't hear him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a comic. I think he was like some sort of like punk rock screamo type dude or something. Back in the West Coast, and his comedy, he stunk, but he would like perform like he was like in the band. So, like you could tell he was like
He would throw
like a
scream
punk rock guy. Yeah, because his voice was so fucking crunchy.
Yeah.
Like you could barely hear him. He had to project crazy loud for you to really understand him.
What do they call those guys? Castrados?
The guys that they cut their nuts off early.
As little kids, yeah. So
Yeah.
their voice never gets deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Supposedly that was Michael Jackson.
Isn't it? Yeah, I heard about that.
He was like chemically castrated, right?
Yeah.
He was chemically castrated?
Well, that's the
MJ, yeah.
rumor.
Whoa.
That's why he was searching for little dicks while he was alive.
What would that do? Do you think his penis never got big? Or his balls never got big? Or what even happens?
Anything that affects your testosterone levels. So like, yeah, muscle mass.
Yeah.
But he
dick
was
and
like
balls.
kind of like
He was
a
skinny
man.
dude.
He was kind of in shape. I feel like he was just skinny because he didn't like eat and work out like
Like if
with
you look
weights.
the rest of his brothers, how they grew up, they all
They were
like,
very big. They were swole.
yeah, they like bulked out.
Yeah.
Like his dad too was like a big athlete too. I think
But
he
his
was, like, an
jaw,
Olympian or
but his jawline was too. If you looked
too
at him,
manly.
it was too strong. Like if he was like a real castrato, he would have like more slender face, more soft face.
Well, that's what happens.
He wasn't boyish looking. He was definitely like a
You don't
real
think he
one.
was boyish looking?
No, bro. When he was in like, I mean, eventually he became kind of a little bit of a freak show. But you know, Thriller when he was still like black and but a young man.
Yeah.
He had a bold, strong face. I don't know if you could reach that with
No nuts.
with no nuts. Yeah, that's
Yeah. That happens to kids who wrestle too,
they fuck up their growth
because
or their
they cut so much weight when
yeah
they're kids.
they stunt their own growth, huh?
And then, all right, how old is he there?
See, man, that's a young man.
That is young, but that's how he looked when he died.
It was 1982.
Oh, he was in his 20s, I'm sure. He was a bad man. Musically.
You know what's funny? Like castrato is like almost like on the nose, like funny. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like that's what you called him. You literally
You had to come up with a name?
you literally cut
He's
his nuts
24.
off. You castrated them,
He was 24.
24 for Taylor.
You castrated a boy and you're like, you're a castrato now. You know what I mean? That's like...
It makes it like something you can aspire to be.
Yeah, it's
you
like-
give it a title. It's like, oh, all right.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna be it's like I'm gonna be a waiter.
Well, there were entire groups of castratos, right?
Right.
That was like a wanted thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Like
when
there was
opera
quartets of castratos.
was right, probably when opera was the music of the day, the popular music. They're like, we need little kids to sing this shit. Pretty much, kids sing opera the best.
So bad.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. So, you moved here from San Diego, yeah?
Yeah.
What's it like in San Diego?
Um,
Because I got friends from like L.A. or what's the other one? The one that begins with a B. I'm sure there's a lot
a city that begins with a B.
in California.
In California? The Bay Area? The Bay?
Burbank?
Not Burbank. I feel like it's a different one.
If it matters,
He
it's
says
the
it
Bay.
sucks, yeah.
The Bay Area.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or because Burbank is like a neighborhood of the greater Los Angeles area, and Burbank does not matter. I mean,
Okay.
no offense to Burbank,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it's not
It
like
sucks.
it's not like important to the culture. I don't think.
Is San Bernardino a place?
San Bernardino.
That's the valley. Yeah.
San Bernardino, yeah, it's the valley, and it's like that place is like kind of trash, and it's like the worst place in San Bernardino's fine actually. You know what? The worst place is Bakersfield.
That's the one.
Bakersfield?
That's
Is that
where
what
he's
you're talking
from.
about?
He's from Bakersfield.
Well, yeah, he's from a terrible place.
He's from the
That's
worst
the
spot.
valley also, right?
Yeah, it's the valley. Bakersfield is also kind of like big though, and like it's just boring, and nobody wants to be there, and they're
Yeah.
stuck there kind of, and it's hot. I mean, Southern California in general is like a desert,
Yeah.
and so it's just like, and those areas aren't well. They're not kept up well, so they just like are hot and shitty and like boring and
Yeah.
What are
Sounds
you
like a
gonna
hometown.
yeah. Honestly, have you? Because people think L.A. and like San Diego, especially too, are like just beach. It's just like the beach. It's beautiful or whatever. And there are areas that are like, this is fucking the best. But I mean, there's like some shitty, boring, poor areas. They're like kind of dangerous and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Like Skid Row.
Skid Row's
Take
crazy.
a walk down Skid
Bro,
Row.
this just happened. Like there's been a few times where like I've been around the Bronx or whatever, and like people are like, man, get ready to see the Bronx. Like I never seen nothing before.
It's
And it's
not
like we
that
have like the
We
West
have
West
ghettos.
Coast has ghettos, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
This isn't new. I mean, the map is a little different for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, wild ass people. That's not.
Bro, if I was homeless, I'm going to California.
California's the place to be.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because
Or
I hear that.
Miami.
Well, what happened?
Miami.
Yeah,
that'd be nice,
Miami's
too.
probably pretty good too. Anything that
Warm.
like south
Yeah.
in the globe is probably pretty good.
What I understand
Near the water.
is in Cali they pay people to
Yeah,
be homeless.
yeah. There's a lot of like programs and things going on that I don't really understand. Never even really
Yeah.
looked into.
Makes sense why everyone goes there.
Yeah, it's also just like you can get by being a scumbag there somehow. I was just talking about this with a friend the other day. Like here, you can't really. Yeah, I feel like you can't really like be, like not have a job. Would you agree with this? Like
You definitely can't not have a job.
you definitely can't not have a job, right?
Hustle culture is like, if that sounds so gay, but this is just like a place where people
Work
come
at
to
least.
work like a
yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah, you came here to have a job
Yeah.
and like not be a fucking loser scumbag.
Right.
And
But there's still so many.
And yeah, there's still so many. Honestly, not as much as is California, bro.
Yeah.
In California, I don't know how people do it. They just like are not doing anything. People just kind of don't do things.
Well, here there's like you wake up with a sense of urgency.
yeah.
Like as soon as you wake up, you're like, all right, I gotta fucking go to work, and then after that, I gotta go do mics. I gotta write in between. I'm gonna write on the train. I'm gonna fucking after the mics,
Right.
we're gonna go do this. It's like it's the perfect place if you want to go absolutely bananas. I think.
Yeah.
If you want to chill, it sounds like
I mean, California,
LA.
like you'll get your ass kicked over there too by life in the city. But I just think that like it's easier to just a guy who I don't know how you just make money in random retarded ways that don't really even make sense, and like you're like just squeaking by. Which like here I just like no, you're gonna have a job and you're gonna fucking do things.
Right.
Which I like.
Even if you're busking here, it's like a
it's a fucking you're trying hard.
It's like a thing.
Yeah. Because like it could just be that I'm not out enough, but like bro, in the West Coast, there's like so many like insane people that I have to deal with that you have to deal with in comedy. Like if you're in the lower levels, that it's just like it doesn't even make any sense. You're like, why? Like how are you allowed?
Yeah.
Here? And here I feel like there's not that many people that are just like mouth breathers talking to you, like bothering you all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I think the barrier to entry here is higher to just live, and I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the fact that comedy is like hard like that keeps crazies away.
Yeah, because they'll do it a couple times,
and then they'll see that it's not gonna go anywhere because nobody's gonna talk to them, and it's like hard to actually go out and do comedy.
Right.
And then they'll stop. And in the West Coast, like a crazy person will do comedy for 20 years.
Well, I think stand-up works the best in fucked up places.
Right.
Like if everybody's okay in the area, the stand-up might not be as good. Mm-hmm. Like if everyone in LA is just chilling, that's why everyone says comedians here are better than LA.
Right.
Because what do we need? What do we need the funny for? Like, what are we relieving ourselves from? We walk outside; it's beautiful every day.
Yeah, no,
you know, we're over here. You walk outside, and there's rats fucking each other, and
it's a lot of chaos.
Yeah. Like people want to laugh; they want almost an escape.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, the comparison for me has been like, or the transition has been. I mean, you know, if you've been to one big city, you kind of like get it.
You get the gist.
Yeah, you kind of get the gist. It's like it's not that. I mean, this place is like definitely one of one. Nothing like it. But like generally, how it affects your life is kind of the same. If you've been to any big city,
I would argue that New York people. I've had this conversation with other people, and a lot of people seem to think that New York is very isolating, which I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I disagree.
I feel like everyone here knows we're all in this fucking shit.
Yeah.
And people are much more courteous, and they kind of like help each other out, just not in a nice way. They're like, come on, get the fuck in this train. Like, get the fuck in here. I know there's 1,000 of us, but I'll hold the door. You know, like it seems like it's a massive community.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, like you feel part of it because you know kind of what the struggle is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel more of a sense of community here than I do back home where I'm from, because everybody just kind of stays in. Where here, there's like a lot of shit.
Yeah. Like what? That's actually one of like the main reasons why I chose to come to New York. Besides, opposed to L.A. was because like my goal was to just be able to do stand up as much as I could, right? Only goal to do stand up as much as I can, and but there were like more benefits to being in New York for me because I was like I wanted to expose myself to as many people as possible, and so the numbers are just higher here.
Yeah,
and then I saw that as an opportunity to like grow my like break down some walls that I have built up that make me like uncomfortable or shy in front of people and stuff like that. It's just like it forces you to just be with people and kind of relax a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's so easy to get in your head and like not talk to people or to avoid people in other places, and like here you're just like you're gonna be forced to like deal with people.
Interact.
And I think that's good.
Oh yeah,
that's good for people with like social anxieties and stuff like that.
Right. And
because you can't run away from it.
Yeah. Even if you run away from one situation, you're gonna get confronted with something else.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, I think everyone that comes here, for stand-up has the same idea in that you can get better quicker because there's fucking endless opportunity to do stand-up. Like, you can start at 12 in the afternoon if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And go till 12 at night. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. I would recommend it if you don't have a job, you're on vacation a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't have anything else to do. You could do that.
Did you come here at all before you moved?
I came here in 2018 once, and it terrified me.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I could do it. I was like, yeah, this is I'm too poor. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. I couldn't handle it. I'd probably die.
And then you talked your buddy into a one bedroom.
Yeah. That's when I was like, all right, maybe if I can convince somebody.
So is your buddy from LA?
No, he's from North Carolina, but we met in San Diego.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came here in 2018, and I was like, yeah, this is terrifying. I can't do it. And then in last year, in 2023, I came in November, and I visited Jaylene, and I saw how she was managing, and I was like, well, she's an idiot. So if she can handle it, then
you can make it happen.
I can make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm just as
You might be,
I'm
but
just
you're a
as much
guy,
but
so
I'm a dude.
you're
so
a little smarter.
I'll work. I'll do whatever I need to do it.
Yeah.
So it became possible in my head. I was like, yeah, this is like, if people are doing it, I can do it too. And that, like, I don't know. I guess maybe I was just older too. 2018 to last year is a long time, and I kind of became a grown man since. But yeah, it was seeing somebody like that I knew personally doing it was like, okay, it made it real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is true, because I have a buddy that lives right down the street from here, and
Right.
I'd been wanting to, like, a childhood friend,
Right.
and I'd been wanting to move here for years, ever since the first time I came here when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I wanted to move here, and then same thing. You're like, fuck, I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then he did it.
You see somebody go through that door. You're like, I could do that.
Yeah, it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I would come here to do stand up, and I'd sleep at his place. And then fast forward to last April or whatever, when I moved here.
Right.
I'm like, bro, I think I'm moving right down the street from you. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah. So you've only been here
Since January.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's been no time.
Yeah. Got you. Nice. Yeah, it's I mean, leaving where you're from, I think, is important at some point.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I think it's part of the. It's definitely should be part. I mean, some people don't do it, but
Yeah.
it's definitely part of the human experience. You know, people should leave at least for a couple years. They should leave where they're from.
Yeah.
They should have kids.
And then when you're broke, you go knock on your mom's door.
Yeah, and you go right back in her fucking basement. That's part of the human experience.
No, that
For sure.
sucks. I don't think I'll ever go back. Not to live.
Yeah, I'd probably go back there to
Smash some old hoes.
yeah, maybe just cry a little bit and then go get a job again and go somewhere else. You know what's crazy? Even to this day, I don't think I left my mom's house pretty old.
Yeah.
So even to this day, I don't think I had the most sex with more different women in my mom's house
Yeah.
than anywhere else.
Really?
I've ever lived. Yeah.
Wow.
I have only lived like the longest I ever lived in an apartment by myself was like 1 year.
And that was in
so
Cali?
there's less. I had less time to work with,
Right.
but I have had the most amount of bitches at my mom's house, which I think is kind of strange. But I mean, I was also younger, so like it seems like it's more normal to fuck bitches at your mom's house. You know what I mean?
I always had a problem getting bitches at my mom's house.
Really?
Because when I was in high school,
Yeah.
when most people start fucking,
Yeah.
my dad retired, so he was home all the time.
Oh no.
He was always home.
That sucks,
So
bro.
I really only had from like 7th grade to sophomore year of high school.
Alone at home.
Yeah, and there's not really any fucking going on.
Yeah,
there.
there's no fucking going
You
on
know?
all the time.
Yeah, it was
Unless she's like very kind of troubled. Some troubled in her family. I actually lost my virginity to a pretty troubled girl, I think.
Yeah.
She was older than me, but now thinking, I haven't actually thought about it. I was 13.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was 13.
Shit.
Yeah.
And how old was she?
She was 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. That's fine. Speaking of this.
I thought you were going to say 21 or something.
Yeah, no.
You got molested?
No, I didn't get molested. I mean, she was ahead of her. She was a little bit ahead of time, so maybe.
Oh,
maybe
I thought you said a heifer.
No. She was maybe like a little bit mature for her age.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you come across them. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Oh, have you seen the movie Kids? Oh, we talked about this.
We did just talk about
Have you seen the movie Kids?
Kids? No.
Oh, man. It's fucking weird. It's wild. Just look up and we got to just read the synopsis. Wow. You typed in kids and a map came up. What does that mean?
Kids Foot Locker, Kids Soccer Club, Kids...
The movie.
The movie, yeah. Well, anyway, for those of you that haven't seen it, it's a bunch of kids fucking. It's weird.
Yeah.
It is a wild movie. It's one of those raw, like, super raw fucking, just literally raw fucking. It was, but it took place in, like, Lower East Side, which is, yeah, right? You're reading it yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Main character Telly is a 15-year-old who has made it his goal to sleep with as many virgin girls as possible without disclosing his HIV positive status. Yeah. Asshole.
He knows.
His friend Casper joins him on his quest. They engage in reckless behavior, including smoking pot and stealing from shops.
Yeah. Casper, the friendly rapist.
That's rough, man.
Essentially. Yeah. They just released like a a couple of years ago, they released a documentary from the people who were in that, and some of them are like, this was the worst thing
that we ever done?
Yeah.
It ruined my life?
Except for some people, yeah. Because you got to imagine, anytime, I mean, you hear about athletes coming from horrible, impoverished environments, and then they get a bunch of money, and they're broke.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. Like, they all thought, yes, this is our ticket.
We made it.
We're going to be fucking movie stars.
Right.
And they were. And then they fucking...
flopped because they were kids making bad decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have made terrible decisions at that age, too. So.
Especially these kids. These are some fucked up kids. And the thing about it that's crazy is the guys aren't actors in the movie. Like, the boys are 16-year-old scumbag skaters that this dude found at Tompkins Square Park.
Who had HIV.
Yeah. The whole thing was real.
Yeah.
It was a documentary.
He was really killing 13-year-olds with his dick.
That shit is still, like, the scariest. Like, I can't think of anything scarier.
That's horrifying.
That's really kind of, that's kind of actually the word. Have you ever seen the ending of, or just seen the movie, what the fuck is it called? The Straight Outta Compton.
Okay.
When
Easy.
when Easy is dying, I was just like, this is horrifying.
Like 40 years ago, though. I think you'll be okay now.
Yeah, but
with AIDS.
Yeah, no, I'm
totally.
I know you could be. I know you could be good now, but still, man, just like even like imagining the reality that they had to go through is like, fuck, that's.
Especially in those days, that must have been terrifying.
Yeah, that sucked, man.
People are fucking and dying.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
They're not even doing anything wrong.
Yeah. Well, in the Lord's eyes.
Yeah. Well, the straight people weren't doing nothing wrong.
Right.
Even the straight people were catching.
I was talking about like sex before marriage. But,
that's what you're talking about?
But gays too. They used to call it GRID. You know, there's the first name for AIDS? GRID.
Really?
Gay something immune disease. I forget what they are meant. But they only thought gay people could get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like but that scene is nuts in Straight Outta Compton, where they're like, we're going to try and keep you comfortable. And he's like, comfortable, and he starts crying. It's like, fuck.
Matter of time.
Yeah.
Before you're gone, buddy.
Yeah. You know what's really sickening? People on Instagram who have like, they have like a terminal illness. Have you seen these people? And they have like they have a journey.
The whole page is just them like, all right, watch me die.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you seen those?
I've never run into
Oh my God, dude, they're horrible.
I couldn't do it, man.
It's like some girl. She's like, I couldn't feel my legs this morning, but I'm walking around now. It's like, oh my God, dude, who's watching this?
Yeah.
I've only like scrolled past because you watch it. Then
some people are into like they're into like feeling. Yeah, there's people that are definitely into feeling horrible.
Mm.
You know, definitely it's like almost like a form of entertainment for them.
It's like
feel
I think
terrible.
it makes them feel better.
No, I don't think it makes them
Or
feel
they
better.
just like feeling sad sometimes.
I think they just like feeling sad.
I do.
It's like it's probably like
I'm
a
one of those
form
people.
of like
You
a
like
little bit of
feeling
masochism.
Yeah, I read something a while ago. It was like a statistic where a lot of people will listen to sad music when they're sad. To,
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense.
really ingrain it, I guess.
To feel it even further.
No, yeah, that I get.
Yeah, I'll do that.
No, I actually don't get that. I almost never have like gone to listen to sad music because I'm feeling sad. I get triggered by sad music.
And
It's
then
the
you're
opposite
sad?
for me, and then I feel sad.
And then you feel sad, yeah.
And I'm like, all right. And then I listen, and then I don't stop listening to the music. But I didn't like seek it out because I'm like, all right, I'm sad. Time to really dig it home. It's almost like the song has to connect
Yeah.
on its own, and then I'm like, all right, yeah, that made me sad.
What's
Yeah.
your go-to sad playlist?
Oh, man. That's a good question. It used to be, it's that Eminem song. God damn it.
Stan?
Not Stan. It's worse than Stan. I forgot what it was. It's a super
Generic?
miserable-
Is it generic? Is it like kind of like?
It's a big one. I
Bad
fucking
now?
forget the name.
There's that. I think it's Van Morrison who has a song like about like his like wife or fiance dying in a crazy car accident, and that always makes me really sad too.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, Freebird should be in that,
Is
but
it Van
you get amped when you hear Freebird.
I just like listening to Drake.
Drake.
I think
yeah?
Drake is good. Has some.
Well, that's
good
like
sad
love.
songs.
That's like love sad.
That's pretty much all I feel.
Yeah.
Is love sad. I don't feel. What other kind of sadness do you mean?
Actually, it might be. It's Pearl Jam. It's Pearl
looming
Jam.
depression.
I don't feel that one anymore.
That's good.
I've felt that a couple times. You know, one of my worst existential angsty like phases was literally triggered by Dust in the Wind.
Ah, Kansas.
I like literally remember like hearing the song Dust in the Wind.
Yeah.
And going through like a couple months of like I'm gonna die one day. This is crazy.
We're all just dust in the wind.
Yeah, death is like inevitable. It's
Yeah.
right there. I remember being 17 and just like being like, life just flies by.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was just a kid the other day, and now I'm almost out of high school. Oh,
Yeah.
no, dust in the wind.
It's over.
Yeah, literally.
That's
Embarrassing, actually, for real. But that did happen to me.
Dust in the wind.
Dust in the wind hit.
That's a good sad song.
I don't even know if it's sad. I think it's like terrifying. I still don't want to hear it to this day.
What about like Don't Fear the Reaper?
I like that song.
That's a good song.
That's a good song.
It's about dying, but it's like
sad?
but that's like
That's the sad one.
that's
no,
actually,
it's not sad. That one's not sad.
That's more like don't be a bitch about it.
yeah.
See, certain songs would like that. I would probably end up laughing because I would just think of More Cowbell.
Yeah,
from,
more cowbell.
from SNL.
Right.
Don't feel. Is there a cowbell in that song?
A little bit.
Is a little bit, but in the SNL skit,
In the SNL
with
skit,
Christopher
yeah.
Walken,
I remember that,
keeps
yeah.
asking for more.
I got to see them live, like a couple months ago.
What band is it called? I don't know.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. And for 80, they fucking killed.
They rock.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's always exciting when you see like a band or some shit or a comic or whatever. You watch a performance and you're like,
You're so got it.
yeah. If you just keep doing it, you'll be fucking nasty.
Yeah.
You know? Like I remember seeing Tim Dillon for the first time and I was like, I want to go do stand up like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you see him?
First time I saw him at, is it the Wilbur in Boston? Yeah, I think it's the Wilbur. Nice little theater. It's like a big ass comedy. It's a theater, but it looks like a comedy club. It's like a big comedy club. But yeah, it's like encouraging.
Yeah.
You're like this
it's the best.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Being in, yeah. You should be seeing like, and there's nothing better to get inspired than actually seeing like, the top of the people at the top of the game fucking crush.
Yeah.
That'll get you fucking blood boiling.
Right.
Be like, hell yeah, dude.
For me, it doesn't even need to be stand up.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Just anybody being great is fucking sick.
Yeah. That's why we like fucking world champions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're extraordinary. Extraordinary. What the fuck were we talking about? What is that? Nothing Man. That's another one by Pearl Jam that'll make me fucking
What does that one talk about?
cry. Some girl leaving him. Yeah, it's pretty miserable.
No, but is there like a specific thing that's like super relatable to you?
I'm a bit of a lover boy, Pablo.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
Yeah, but what is the lyric? Is there a specific lyric that is like, oh yeah, that exact same thing?
Yeah.
That part right there.
Yeah, pull up the lyrics. I could tell you the one I'm thinking of.
That
but
part.
I don't know it exactly. It's something about being in a room.
I like Chance. We don't do the same drugs. There's a line that says he says, you were always perfect, and I was only practice.
Oh,
And that was
that's
like,
fucking cold blooded right there.
Yeah, I was only practice.
Once divided. No, it's the next verse.
You were only.
Let me see.
You were always perfect.
Empty stairs from each corner of a prison cell. One just escapes, one left inside the well, and he who forgets will be destined to remember. I would put a gun in my mouth to that song.
Wow, that's a good diet. That's a good going out song.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that one's pretty emo.
Yeah, but see, I missed the boat on the emo thing. Like, I didn't...
It's never too late.
Yeah.
For the golden age of emo, yeah, it's over.
Like pop punk, I don't fuck with that.
What is it? Give me a song that's kind of the
Like
Anything by Good Charlotte, probably.
Yeah, or Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
Like, I can get down to it a little bit now, but in those days, I just hated the way that they sang.
yeah.
Like their
I mean,
voice.
The
Like a little girly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like but that's like literally the genre.
It is the genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to it now, like a little Blink 182.
I like some of that stuff. I like anything that was probably like in a skate video or in a skate video game.
Yeah.
Oh, like Tony Hawk's, the soundtrack was awesome.
Great
Yeah,
soundtrack.
literally anything that was in some like that. It was like, all right, this is it.
Yeah.
But that was a little more upbeat. That was like ska stuff.
Yeah, some Guitar Hero
Like
stuff.
Goldfinger and them.
Yeah, I like Goldfinger, that kind of stuff.
I remember hearing the Doors for the first time on a Tony Hawk game. I was like,
Interesting.
this is sick.
Yeah, the Doors are
The Ramones used to be on there too.
on which one?
I forget which one it was. It was one of the undergrounds, but they'd have like rock, rock, rock away,
Yeah.
beach, that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you skateboard growing up at all?
Yeah, but I was never good at it.
Yeah.
I was always like actually too scared.
It's terrifying.
It's like crazy that kids are like willing to maybe break their ankles doing some
what?
shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They're not gonna get any money from it.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
See, we just break our spirits, which is fine.
We break our hearts get broken.
Yeah. But you
almost
can deal
every
with
night.
that.
But I mean, at least I could go to work with a broken heart. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not gonna go to work with a fucking you sprain your ankle, dude. Kids would literally fuck their feet up, their ankles up, their knee, break their hand, and then just go to middle school the next day.
Yeah.
They were like literally 12 years old, just breaking their bodies. Nothing, and it didn't matter.
Well, that's the time to do it.
They never making money off this shit. They're not like, I mean, you're right, but also no, dude. I wouldn't fuck that.
Did you ever break anything? Doing anything?
I fucked up my ankle wrestling, and I did fuck up my back wrestling as well. But they both healed pretty well. I don't think I ever got anything serious. I did fuck up my knee in jiu-jitsu when I was like 22, I think. I was already kind of old, or an adult, I mean. And that's actually what got me to stop. I was like, I can't keep doing this shit.
Is that where you got the cauliflower?
Yeah, I have cauliflower ear from wrestling, from high school wrestling. But
Gotcha.
What's it called? I don't know if you know. Do you know anything about jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
I was we were in 50-50, and I was trying to. It was really kind of a dumb thing because I really should have been trying to get out of it, but I was more just trying to be on top, but still in 50-50.
Right.
And I kept leaning forward, and my ankle was coming closer, and I just heard on the outside of the knee. God. And what's it called? I think I stopped the match like a minute after. I was gonna try to keep going, and then I realized it was fucking hurting.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is probably not good. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm done. And this was on it wasn't a tournament, but it was like not at my gym. It was like a bunch of gyms went to go do some Saturday
Right.
fake tournament for fun thing. And yeah, that was like fucking lame. And I was like, I'm 22. I'm not gonna be a professional or anything. This is like for fun, and I'm fucking up my body. This is nuts. I can't be doing this shit. It's still the best. I love jiu-jitsu. It's still the best shit ever. But I feel like I need to be. I should at least have like medical insurance if I'm gonna be doing that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I can't.
Yeah, leg locks are fucking scary, dude.
Yeah, they're kind of scary, man.
I remember a dude had me in like an ankle lock, and he was skilled. So when you roll with a skilled guy, they don't just fucking yank shit.
Yeah, they don't go for it. 100%.
But he had me.
Yeah.
I couldn't really get out, so I was like, he was slowly going back.
Yeah.
And I'm good, and then I just hear pop loud as fuck, and he was like, he thought he broke something, and I'm like, okay, we're good, and it was fine. I think I just like that little bone. There was like the muscle in there.
Kind of came out of the.
I took a few days off, and I had a bit of a limp, but it wasn't like anything
crazy.
Yeah, I didn't tear anything. Or
I don't know what happened to me. What I think happened to me is like something. I don't know shit about fucking
You're
body,
not a doctor?
but I think something like came out of place and then went back into place. That's all that it was for me.
Fuck, dude, knees are bad.
Yeah,
knees, fucking. I tore my labrum in a wrestling match in high school.
What's that one? I don't know what a labrum is.
Oh, dude, it's horrible. I didn't know how bad a labrum tear actually is. Like that ruins pro athletes' careers.
Right.
So like obviously your shoulder is a ball and socket.
Yes.
Joint. The muscle that connects the two is your labrum.
Oh wow, that's horrible.
So I had like a tear in it.
That sucks.
Yeah, it fucked me all up. This big jacked black kid lifted me up high enough to see my house.
Yeah.
And my arm, I was trying to pull his leg in. I was trying to go for a spladle. And
you're just in the air still trying to do something. That's hilarious.
My arm was stuck, and I was trying to bail out and go to my belly, and he just fucking dumped me right on the shoulder, and it felt like if you took a bunch of plastic bags and like ripped them apart.
Yeah.
It was horrifying. My arm was like down here. It was horrifying. It took me. I never wrestled again after that. It took me years to get it. Now I have close to full range of motion again, but
yeah, it's serious. This shit is crazy.
Shoulders bad. Shoulders bad,
bro.
What weight did you wrestle?
I think like 132 or 135.
Yeah. I think 132 was the weight in high school.
Yeah, I think it's 132. And then I think I went up to 138 or something like that. Or maybe 138 to 140 some. I don't know. I either one of those. I didn't wrestle that long. I regret it. I tried to wrestle freshman year, and that was the year that I got hurt.
Oh, fuck.
It was super dumb. I literally had only gone for like 2 weeks, and like my fourth or fifth time back, some guy that was bigger than me folded me in half inward, like I was kind of like this underneath him, and he just like
smushed you.
Yeah, because he was bigger than me. And he sprawled, and I just folded it like underneath him instead of like outwards, and that shit fucked up my back, and I was like, I can't do this. And sophomore year, I don't know what happened in sophomore year. I think I must have just been like, nah, wrestling's gay or something. I can't do it. But by then I was already like, even in freshman year, I was already like, I want to learn everything I can about fighting, and I know wrestling is important. But I must have been like, I don't want to do it sophomore year, and then junior year I finally was like, all right, I gotta give it another shot.
Yeah. And
junior year I had a good time. Senior year I had a good time. I never was good at it though. I think especially where I'm from, I think there's places that are way better at wrestling. Obviously, like the fucking Iowa. Midwest or whatever there's some states that are
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Iowa.
they love that shit.
Yeah.
But in California, people are pretty good, and I think they try. I think they start kids pretty young, because like when I started wrestling, I was like, I could just tell people knew what they were doing, and I was like, what the fuck am I? I'm like flopping around like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like.
Combat sports are always hard to get into when you're older.
You have to really like, if you wanted to be any good at sports, you have to start when you're like a kid now, especially nowadays in terms of competition. Kids kids are being trained and like their parents are taking it serious. They're like, this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
When you're a young man.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fucking
especially MMA
doing
now.
Football or wrestling or soccer or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't think people realize that that's what it takes for pro athlete. Like people think all pro athletes are just like these kids who came from nothing. And
nowadays it's not like that anymore. Yeah.
Right. But what I think it is a lot of these guys have either a familial pressure, like you're saying, or they have they come from a line of athletes.
Yeah.
And then that kind of that idea of like a rags to riches story isn't as
common anymore.
I don't think.
I think it probably was at some point, but now it's like a farm. Like these kids are being like literally funneled into a system that like gets them to point B.
You find more of those stories in fighting sports, I think.
Yeah, definitely, because there's definitely not as many parents or like people thinking that's like a viable option for their kids.
Also, doesn't cost anything to get really good at it.
Right.
You could go out in the streets and just fight.
Yeah, you can get good at it without being like fucking privileged.
You don't have to be a crazy athlete either.
Yeah, then there are some that were just born into it, like someone like Wonderboy Thompson, whose dad just brought him to every karate tournament known to man, and then he just got amazing at it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you can't escape the fact that, you know, if you're 4 years old and like a grown man is making you do mitt work. That kid's gonna be leagues ahead of you forever. You're never gonna catch up.
Yeah.
He's got 10 years on you.
Or if you're like Charles Oliveira and you're like in the favelas and you have to just fight for your life the rest of your life.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Yeah. So wrestling definitely helped you when you went to jiu-jitsu, I'm sure. Even though you had just a couple years.
Yeah, I think it definitely has like given me a fucking false sense of confidence where like I think I'm like a competent fighter. I mean, I wouldn't want to fight.
How long did you do jiu-jitsu?
I think total like 5 to 6 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you could fuck people up then.
I got a blue belt. I did wrestling for 2 years, and I also tried to do like striking stuff. But I mean, the gym that I went to for the majority of my training was like a kind of a rinky-dink MMA gym. It wasn't like a very specific like good school for anything. You know what I mean? It was just like a random boxer and a random kickboxer guy, and then some guy that does jiu-jitsu, and then some guy that incorporates all of it or whatever the fuck. But I don't know. In California, there's like a lot of like top tier schools here too, though. You know, I think this is like one of the best places for jiu-jitsu as well.
Well, Danaher.
Yeah, you got that squad.
I don't know if they're still here, right?
They're in Puerto Rico now.
They're in Puerto Rico now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some like legendary schools.
There's still
here.
Henzo's.
Yeah, Henzo's. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, in Cali, that's the fucking.
It's pretty great.
The Diaz brothers.
You got Atos in San Diego.
Torrin. That's the Gracie brothers. Torrin, California. Or Torrance. Where is that?
Torrance.
Yeah,
that sounds like I don't know where it is, but I know Torrance is a place over there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like when people ask me, "Oh, I want to get my kid into some martial art," they're like, "I want to put him in karate." I'm like, "You can do that if you want."
Yeah,
it might spark his interest, but if you want him to learn how to actually fuck somebody up, bring him to a jiu-jitsu school.
Yeah, you got to do some jiu-jitsu. Definitely some. I would honestly like probably do a mixture of jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Definitely get him into wrestling in school.
Yeah. Well, nobody's more disciplined than wrestlers.
Wrestlers are fucking nuts.
They're horrifying.
Yeah, I'm so like salty about how great of athletes I like saw just in high school in wrestling that I like still to this day think some of them were probably on steroids. And that could just be me
That's
being
a real
like,
thing.
That could just be me being like, there's no way you could be that strong. And act like, I mean, because these kids were like fucking so buff.
Yeah.
So aggressively strong and in shape.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you even do that? I don't even get it.
Right. Yeah. Some kids, they do it the whole year. It's not just the wrestling season.
Yeah.
They're going to camps and they're
going to camps. Yeah.
Yeah. Some kids are super driven. It's kind of a crazy thing to be that motivated.
Yeah.
At that age, you know.
Yeah, but I'm glad I
went a different route.
No, yes, actually, yeah. But I'm glad I dabbled in that shit when I was young because it makes me. I feel like I have a confidence that's like pretty much directly derived from not being nervous physically, really at any point.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah,
it's a huge.
Yeah, it makes you feel comfortable.
Right, and you also know what can happen in a fight. Like to not start fights because you know how it can end.
Yeah, you avoid it because you respect it.
Yeah,
so much more. I was just the other day, bro. I was leaving my my apartment. This just happened to me 2 days ago, I think, or was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was leaving my apartment to go to work, and I'm walking out, and I just left my place, and down the street, about 40 yards away, I see a mom and a boy. The boy's like 12, maybe 10, 11, walking to the school bus. And this old man, shirtless, he's kind of ripped, but he's homeless and on drugs, runs up behind the boy and like just grabs him and is going, ah.
Oh, God.
And the kid's like panicking, and the mom like does like a smack, and I'm like approaching them, and I think I speed up, and the guy lets go of the kid, sees me, and now starts running at me.
Oh shit.
And
he did the same thing. Ah, come here.
I got scared he was gonna do the same thing or do anything, and I threw my Coke can at his chest.
Oh.
And I was like,
was it full?
It was full. It was like 90%. I wish it was closed because I don't think I hurt as much.
Yeah. If it's closed,
because it was open.
Yeah.
If it was closed, it would have more pressure in the can.
Yeah. And
the can would be more of a solid object.
Yeah.
But because it was open, there's space and air, and like it's like the metal can
bend
malleable. And it's malleable.
Yeah.
So that's not as good. But I threw the Coke can at him, and I was like backing up like. Right? And he's still coming at me, and I'm like, back up.
Stay away.
Back up. And I eventually put like a back, like, I put a foot back to like
get in a stance
and go forward. And he like started like kind of like changing course and like going around me.
Oh.
And I just wait till he's like kind of far. I'm like, all right.
He just ate the Coke can to the
chest.
He
ate the Coke can to the chest, man. I had to. But I was hella nervous because I'm like, damn, this is like.
What time of the day?
He might bite. He might fucking do something stupid.
Yeah.
This is 6 a.m.
Whoa.
Bro, 6 a.m. immediately some kid gets attacked by a homeless dude. Probably on fucking meth or PCP or something aggressive. Yeah.
That's why the mom was.
Bro, and he just goes inside the fucking school bus and has to go to school like that.
Yeah.
And he's so scared probably.
Coca-Cola at 6 a.m. though?
Yeah. A Diet Coke.
Oh, okay.
Diet Coke.
All right.
Caffeine addict.
Sure. Oh, me
Caffeine
too.
addiction.
Big
Crippling.
Big time.
I've beat it twice and relapsed.
I don't think there's any sense in beating it.
It's pretty good. It feels pretty good to beat it, bro.
Really?
Do you not get sleepy halfway through the day?
That's when you have another one.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can't
be doing that shit, bro.
Oh, I love it.
Well, then you don't have any trouble going to sleep?
No.
See, you got it. You got it. Not that bad. Me, I love getting caffeinated. I'm talking 500, 600 milligrams.
Yes.
Easy.
Early.
Love it.
Yeah.
So much fun. By 11, 12 noon, I'm falling asleep again.
Yeah.
And then if I have more, or if I have any more after like 2 p.m., I'm not having a good night's sleep. So I have to suffer through being like tired and going through that what is it called, the dump, going through an energy dump like around 2 p.m. like almost needing to take a nap, taking a nap, and then getting a second wind around like 4 or 5 p.m. But I feel like that's fucking sucks. I don't want to have to go through the dump.
Reset your caffeine levels,
like slowly,
like your tolerance,
slowly, like going down in
like
consumption.
Like say it's 100 milligrams that gets you to where you're active. Like this would reset like your tolerance level. So like say it would be like 50 or whatever.
Yeah. That's actually probably why I went Coca-Cola can, because I'm like a coffee I think is like 75 a cup.
Yeah.
And I'm having more than a cup.
Oh yeah.
A Diet Coke is 45 milligrams.
Oh.
So
you're weaning yourself off.
It hits some, but it doesn't like spike the.
Hot coffee would have fucked that guy up.
Hot coffee would have been mean. Right? Hot coffee would have been mean. Dude.
They would be grabbing no kids after that.
I mean, the problem is that dude's like,
it's also like $3 more though.
Yeah, that dude's not he's not that. I don't know. I feel bad for him.
I will. Some days I'll wake up and I'll go to that corner store, and I'll get a Celsius, which is like $2.50.
Love Celsius.
And then I'll go to work, and before work I always get an espresso at the coffee shop across the way. I get a double shot.
Hold on. So you have $2.50 just starting the day, and
$2.50 to get on the train,
and a little bit later,
and then an hour goes by or 40 minutes, whatever, and I'm still buzzed for sure. I'm still caffeinated like a motherfucker, but I want a coffee now. So I'll go to the cafe right across from where I work.
Right.
I'll get a double espresso. I'll pound that before I even start working, and then while I'm like setting up the bar or whatever, I'll brew coffee. There, because it's free. You know, I'm
bro.
Yeah, and I'll drink one of those while I'm setting up, or I'll sometimes I'll come in and the coffee will be made by the kitchen guys.
Yeah, and you just grab a cup.
It'll be cold, so I'll just like shake it on ice and I'll put in like a pint. I'll have like a pint of black coffee, at least one of those, and then I'll work, and then I'll probably want one more at least.
Before the shift's over?
No. When I leave.
When you leave,
to go do stand-up. Like, I drank one before this.
Before this?
Yeah. But, like, I'll drink that, like the Bustelo, the Cafe Bustelo up there, which is espresso.
Okay.
But I'll make, like, a cup, like a mug. The mug's not in here. But I'll make, like, a mug of that. It gets me through.
Yeah.
Usually espresso is like a little tiny.
I fucking love caffeine, man.
But I'll sleep. Like, I'll be fine.
I literally have gone through fucking periods where I didn't sleep the whole night. I'm not exaggerating. Like I barely slept, and I slept maybe like 3 hours or 4 hours. I'm talking like was like closing my eyes but thinking and having like just nonsense stream of consciousness retardation for the entire night, and then
sounds like sleeping to me.
It's not sleeping, bro. It's just horrifying. Like, oh god, I'm never gonna go to sleep, and then it's 6 a.m. all of a sudden, and I'm like, I gotta go to work soon.
You work that early?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
At the time, no. At the time, I started later, but it doesn't matter. It's like just like, and going to work and then coming home and then finally going to sleep. That shit is the worst shit ever.
The anxiety of not falling asleep
and
is crippling.
Yeah, and then not knowing if you're gonna be able to, like, it was actually probably even the catalyst sometimes, because like this is actually a while ago. This is probably like 3 years ago when I was having those really bad nights. But I was like, I remember like there was like a 3-month period where at least twice in a month I would not go to sleep, and the other nights where I was getting sleep were still filled with terror, because I would be in bed like, is this the night that I'm not going to sleep again?
Yeah.
Please, God, don't let this be the night.
It gets scary.
I want to go to sleep so bad.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to go to sleep, and it's like, it hits like 3 a.m. and you're like, fuck, it's 3?
I know.
Another night I'm not going to go to sleep?
Yeah.
And
you
then
give up on it.
Yeah. You're like, I I guess I'm not going to sleep. And then you go, and then you fall asleep, but you only slept from like 3:30 to 7 or something, or 6, and you're like, okay, I guess I slept. That shit sucks.
It does suck. Yeah. I will say this though, you don't drink.
That shit makes you crazy, but go on.
It does make you crazy. There's something that I enjoy about going to have to do something hungover. I don't know why.
What do you mean?
Like waking up and I'm like, ugh, like my eyes are like bloodshot and they're baggy. I'm like, I'm gonna go to work, and then like I tell everyone at work that I'm still fucked up.
Well, maybe we might not experience hangovers in the same way.
Yeah.
Like biologically, you know, like what are your main symptoms?
Usually a headache, dehydrated. I don't really get a stomach problem. Some people wake up, their stomach's all fucked. My stomach's usually fine. I think I have a lead belly. That comes from eating late at night and going to sleep after.
Right.
Yeah, it's usually a headache. I got to wear sunglasses. My eyes hurt for a little while. Like I'll go to work with sunglasses on.
I get nausea.
So you have the nausea.
I have to puke.
You have to puke.
Have to puke.
Yeah.
If I have a hangover, it's because there's bile in my stomach.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen or met somebody like this. So like, what happens with me is, let's say I can have like 4 or 5 shots of vodka in a night and I'll be fine. Right? Let's say I could do that.
Yeah.
If I hit 6, 7, 8, and I hit that point that is like fucking like not good, really bad.
Yeah.
Those like last 3 shots, it's almost like my body won't process them anymore. It refuses to put it through the system.
Right.
And it'll stay in my stomach, and it'll be like the mucuses and the fucking stomach acids like kind of like hold on to it and like combine with it, and then I get nausea, and then I have to puke it out
in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to. My body won't even get rid of it going down anymore. I have to puke it out. And so by the way, this has happened to me almost every time that I get like really drunk. That's what happens to me. I have to purge it out the going up. And what's it called? It's kind of crippling.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Because you can't always get rid of it in one go. You have to. For me, it's sometimes it's like goddamn like 4 hours of nausea.
Yeah.
It's like I have nausea. I puke some of it out, but I don't get all the way into the depth, like the deepness of the stomach.
Yeah.
So my stomach is like working on like pushing it up.
Oof.
And I have to get sick all over again.
Yeah.
And then I get more of it out. I have done some tricks where like I chug like lemonade or something.
Yeah.
And then
it like pushes it out.
It helps fill the stomach up and then puke out.
You can vomit it out.
The vial and the lemonade at the same time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not always easy.
It's not foolproof.
Yeah. But you having just a headache is like, that seems kind of not that bad because you could just take a pill or something.
Yeah, no, I normally don't. I don't like taking pills in general. Like I could take a Tylenol or something. But
yeah, but you're like, I'll rough it out.
I lean into it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'll tell you what though, kombucha, because there are times where I wake up and I will be a little nauseous. You drink a kombucha on a hangover.
Interesting.
It works. It definitely works. It's like a cure-all.
I like to have coffee. I think that does something, but I could be
coffee and a
in
cig.
My head about it. It could be fucking placebo shit.
I'll have a coffee and a cig. That's nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's perfect. Wake up first thing in the morning. Cigarette.
You know, this might be interesting to you.
Yeah.
I don't think I can be addicted to cigarettes.
Why is that?
I smoked for a year. Right now I chew nicotine gum.
Yeah.
But I haven't had one today. I could easily not have it for the rest of the day. And I have just smoked here and there, but I don't like. I just don't have to have it.
It doesn't catch you.
I like it.
Yeah, smoking's the act of smoking is what I'm addicted to. I mean the nicotine, sure, but the act of smoking, I just like smoking.
I like smoking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like. I don't have to do it. I think.
Right. Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
That is wild. Yeah, because nicotine is fucking. It
Because
latches onto you.
Yeah, I hear it's hard, but I mean,
yeah.
So I do chew nicotine gum, and so like somebody might be like, you're lying to yourself. You're addicted. Because that's what addicts do. They're like, I can quit anytime I want.
Right.
Right. But I very strongly don't think that's the case with me in this situation.
Like you can literally quit.
I can literally quit anytime I want. I literally can't. I literally can't quit anytime I want.
We believe you.
Well, the thing is that like I only use it as a tool.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard,
sharp.
I don't know if you've met somebody that does this. So I have like a big overeating problem.
Yeah.
I love to binge eat. I'm the kind of guy I will eat until my stomach hurts.
Yes.
Every sitting.
You don't eat till you're full. You eat till you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I overeat every meal that I eat.
Yeah.
And my eating habits are weird. Like I'll eat like because I overeat, I don't like to have real meals.
Yes.
Meaning if like let's say a real meal is like a dish that's like chicken over rice or whatever, like a burger or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I want to have more. I want to have too much. That shit is like very high calorie.
Right.
So like, if I'm having 2 real meals a day, I'm overeating like too many calories. So because I know that I like to overeat, I'll choose to eat weird foods that are like not high in calorie, but I know I can kind of like indulge in that shit.
You can eat a lot of it.
So I'll eat like a giant bag of popcorn or whatever, or I'll eat a lot of fruit or whatever, this and that. And so because of that, you'll see me be eating like 5 mangoes in one sitting, and you're like, I've never seen anybody do that. That's dumb and weird. And I'm like, yeah, but I love it, and I'll literally eat 6 pounds of mango in front of you.
Yeah.
In one sitting.
Yeah.
And so I have a problem with overeating and just eating habits in general. So because of that, I try to fight this overconsumption with caffeine and nicotine.
Yes.
I literally use them as they lose their efficacy. They stop working as well. Like as you build tolerance to caffeine and nicotine, they like don't work as well as appetite suppressants. But so you have to like constantly like kind of manage your dosage and like try to like wean off it and then maybe go back to it again, and so that they work again.
Right.
But that's kind of my game plan. That's why I even fuck with nicotine at all, because that, like, to me, nicotine is not even a fun drug. And I also don't think it does anything for my brain, which is what some podcast nerds might be like saying or claiming.
Right.
Maybe it does, but I don't notice it. I just like to do it because it makes my throat feel funny and my stomach feel queasy, and that stops me from wanting to eat a fucking entire pizza by myself.
Yes. Yeah. I get that. I got weird eating habits too, for sure. Lately, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I've been smoking more, but you ever get phases where food just doesn't do it? No, you're
never once has that ever happened to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like depression, but go on.
Food just doesn't taste as good anymore. It's like there's no salt in my meals. Yeah, I don't know. I bought a rotisserie chicken today.
Damn.
After the gym.
Uh-huh.
Where normally in the past I would eat probably the whole thing and be good for hours and hours.
Right.
And today I took like a leg off and fucking choked that down, and I'm like, I don't even want this.
Whoa.
And it's in my refrigerator.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's a weird thing. Maybe it is depression.
maybe it's just like how old are you?
27.
That's not old enough.
Yeah.
I hear once you get older, your appetite will kind of go down.
Yeah. When
I'm waiting
60,
for that shit.
When you're like 60.
Yeah, then it's I'm fucking doomed then.
Because when you get older, I mean, that's when you get fat, right?
No, well, I think some people can slim down. Actually.
I think you'll be good. I don't think you'll be fat.
I mean, I don't think I'll ever be a big person, but I do think that do think that like weight management has always been like kind of an issue. I was a fat kid once, bro.
Oh, really?
And when I was 8 years old, maybe 7, my family had at the time had like a weird breakup fight thing, and where I lived and who I lived with changed, and I got fat. I think at the age of 8, like I was like a big round boy.
Yeah.
And I didn't lose weight till 12 years old.
Okay.
So I think I've always had a problem with food.
Yeah.
Like literally always, my whole life. I never didn't have a problem with food. The only reason I lost weight was because when I was in middle school, I was like 12 years old. I remember like coming of age, like realizing that I wanted to get pussy, and I was like, I gotta figure out this fat thing that's happening to me.
A year later.
Yeah, I did get pussy a year later, and I did lose weight. I did it super unhealthily too.
How'd you do it?
I literally became a boy with anorexia.
Anorexia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like.
It's funny that you have to say that you were a male.
Yeah, because I'm
like
not.
Men don't
yeah,
do that.
because I ain't into that gay shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing.
Sticking your finger in your throat.
No, dude. Well, I mean, it's funny because it's kind of like a girl thing. But yeah, some men, you know what I mean. I think it's less, but men definitely have that problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm totally body dysmorphic, for sure.
Yeah, it hits.
Yeah. Like no matter what kind of shape, I've been in worse shape than this, better shape than this,
and it's just.
And I'm always a fat fuck in my mind.
Yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle in your life for sure. In my life, but I remember I was 12, bro, and I would only eat I was only eating like turkey, fucking frozen vegetables. I would microwave them, and like Special K cereal. It was retarded.
Yeah.
It was so dumb.
At 12.
Yeah, at 12 years old, I was like worried about it, and I did lose weight though.
Did you buy your own food? No.
I mean, my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bugged my mom. I told her what to do.
Yeah.
What to get me.
That was the thing in my house where I would be like, my family's big and fat, pretty much.
Right.
And
that's everything. That changes your whole life.
Right.
You're gonna be big and fat if your family is.
Exactly. Yeah. And but they were weird about it, where they would be like, "You should lose weight."
What?
And I'm like, "I'm eating what you guys buy. What am I supposed to do? I'm 10."
They told you to lose weight?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Wild, right? My big fat family is like, "You're fat."
My mom, that's insane, bro.
Yeah. So as soon as I could buy my own food, I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna show these fatties what's up." So by middle school, I started slimming down a little bit. Damn. And my family would be like, "You don't want to eat with us?" I'm like, "You guys suck."
Yeah, you guys eat the worst shit of all time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know.
That shit makes me feel bad for people. Like, some kids, bro, never stood a chance. Their parents just immediately were feeding them the worst shit ever.
Yeah, you got to break that. Like, my brother's going through it now, where he's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's younger than me.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to get in shape. I want to get, better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you got to start buying your own shit. You can't drink a fucking 2-liter with dad every dinner,
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, for sure.
Just even having soda, bro. Mexicans have a huge like Coca-Cola problem. Do you know about this?
Well, I've heard that Mexico is more obese than America.
I think so. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's their second or first, but they definitely are up in the rankings as far as obese countries.
They got the best food.
They have great. I mean, yeah, we have good food, man, and we also fucking. It's not even we because I don't live there, but it's pretty normal for most people over there, or a lot of people over there, to have Coke. Just to have a Coke with every single meal.
Right.
Just the 2-liter on the table. Everybody pour some.
Yeah. Well, if I don't drink soda that often, but if I do buy a Coke, I want the Mexican Coke.
Yeah.
Like in the bottle.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Bottle. You notice the difference.
It is. I think it's like cane sugar.
Yeah.
That's what's better.
Yeah.
Have you ever had cane just by itself, like a piece of cane?
No.
You can chew on it, and it's like
juicy.
It's like bamboo.
Yeah.
It looks like bamboo, in your hand, and you just bite it, and you're eating sweet wood.
Sweet wood, baby.
That shit is good.
We get that tatted on my dick.
Sweet wood.
Sweet wood. When I used to do karate, there was a fucking a stick.
Yeah.
But it was shaped weird. It was almost like an axe handle.
Uh-huh.
And it said Sweetwood on it because part of the black belt test at that place was to get your ass beat for like 3 days, and you'd have to like hang on the pull-up bar and they'd smack you with it.
Right.
It was called the Sweetwood. I haven't thought about that in fucking years.
Yeah. How would they beat your ass a little bit?
Well,
I like those rituals, by the way. I don't think they're bad for you.
Yeah. So when I took my black belt test, I was the only one there, which they said they would never do again because it's too brutal. Like, you kind of want... It would always be like classes.
Right.
Like the black belt class of blah, blah, blah. There's 4 people or 5 people that take the test all together, so the beating is spread out. You kind of get a break.
Yeah.
I did mine alone. So I got just... And the day before, I had like a stomach problem, so I couldn't keep anything down. I was just shitting everything out. I had no nutrients in it.
Yeah. So you were in bad shape.
I was already in bad shape before it. So, yeah, it just consisted of like 3 hours. The first hour of me running with like a cinder block on my shoulder. And then I'm doing push-ups like on my knuckles in the cinder block. They're kicking you every time you go up. Like hard.
Yeah.
Hard. Like,
yeah.
How old was I?
That's insane.
Yeah, I was like 18. And like kicking the shit. And then like on the third day when you're most beaten, you're most fucking destroyed.
Were you in school for this? Or are you just going there after high school or some shit?
No, I trained at this place for like 10 years.
Yeah, but like, what are you doing in life outside of that? Just that?
I had graduated high school.
Already?
And I was going into college. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This was like...
Because it's funny, you're like, you're working at Subway, and you're like, all right, I got to go get my ass kicked.
Well, it was funny, because one of the days I had to go to work after,
yeah.
and I had a black eye, and I'm like limping around. They're like, what happened? I'm like, I got my ass beat. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's funny, bro.
But yeah, like the last thing on the third day was you had to fight like 4 black belts back to back to back.
Yep.
At your absolute weakest, worst.
Yeah.
And it's just getting a beating. That's literally all it is. There's nothing to be learned from it.
It's just getting jumped in.
It's just getting jumped in.
That's sick. That's actually pretty sick, bro.
I guess. It took about 30 minutes after the whole process ended for me to be like, that was bullshit.
I'm trying to remember what for my blue belt test, I don't think anything like special happened.
No.
I think they just made me do like a bunch of like, show us how to hip escape, show us how you do this, show us how you do that. They made me do like a couple, like maybe like 10, 15 things. Then I probably like rolled around with somebody or something. Yeah. And then they were like, all right.
A lot of jiu-jitsu gyms don't even do tests. They just
give it to you after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy was like a psycho. He was an old school fucking...
Do you think he just made that shit up, or that's how it's been for him for a minute? Like, he grew up in that.
That's how he trained.
Yeah.
Like, he opened that school in 1960.
Yeah, that's old.
He was old as fuck he's dead now, but he was old as shit when I met him. Yeah. I met him for like the last 10 years of his life. He was my instructor. And, I mean, just horror stories of the black belt. The black belt, everyone was like, oh, get ready for the black belt test. It's going to be... And it was just horror. Like, there was one where he threw a woman out of a closed window, bro. like a storefront window. Like a big... how bad he just threw, like...
That's so funny.
Yeah, a woman. You know? Like, it's just horror stories. And me as a kid hearing that, I'm like, I
need to get this black belt.
Yeah. It's one of those like old school guys. It was I mean, it was good, made me tough, I guess.
Nothing's wrong with pain. People need a little bit more pain in their life.
Yeah.
Because people think, I mean, I'm not even really tough or like, you know what I mean, uncomfortable as I could be, but you like people don't really have to go through much adversity in this country,
right?
And it's good to like
subject
it out. Yourself to a little bit of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. There was also no kids classes.
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah, I just hung out with fucking grown ass. Also, karate's for kids.
You get socialized well.
If you're a grown ass man in karate,
I mean, all right. In the 80s, 90s, I get it.
Yeah.
Because there was no, like, you didn't know you were doing something goofy.
Right.
That's like, the sad part. Honestly, that's so sad that people didn't know they were doing something goofy.
Right.
You know, like you didn't know any better. You were doing what was available to you.
Yeah, as far as fighting goes in those days, it was like you want to learn how to kick. But before that, it was boxing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, you can kick people too.
Yeah.
And then the karate schools all over the place. But then the karate schools started getting less legit as time goes on.
Yeah.
And then Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu came in, and now that's the way to fuck people up. Mm-hmm. And now we're seeing it kind of get a little... People are doing shit that's not necessarily effective in a real fight. Yeah. They're doing it by the means of competition. You're going under guys, pulling guard and whatever
doing
else.
Doing a lot of things that aren't probably safe if people are fucking slapping you in the face and kneeing you in the head. Yeah. That's crazy, man. You ever been in a street fight?
Not a real one.
Not a real
No, like school.
I've been in one. Shit. I've been in one street fight.
Yeah.
I was in.
How'd it go?
I was coming from Tijuana, Mexico.
Nice.
I was in the border, in the line crossing the street or crossing the border, and I was with two buddies, and one of my buddies had decided to go into a different line to go through, and we're walking, and his line was like traveling kind of fast, and I remember like I was drunk and I was yelling things at him just to be funny, just a drunk idiot, just being like, I was yelling, I was like, I hope you get deported, I hope they don't let you through, I hope whatever this and that, they're not gonna let you in, and some cholo kid behind him like was irritated with me for being obnoxious, and he was like, shut up, man, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I said whoa, don't talk to me like that. And he was like, I'll talk to you however I want, what's up? I was like all right, you'll see, we can fight outside.
You'll
and he was
see.
Like, yeah, you'll something goofy and like not even like not really
threatening.
Not even threatening. Yeah,
you'll
just
see.
All right.
You're like an old man.
Yeah. And we fucking we get it was actually really kind of awkward because like we decided we were gonna fight almost immediately, but then we had to like walk alongside each other as our lines got passed through customs. And then we get past customs, still in this government building, and we're walking out, and he's like, "So what's up?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna fight you like in this fucking cop-ridden building. There's cops everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's go across the street over there. There's a parking lot." So we walk over to this. We walk over to the parking lot in Jack in the Box, and he's like, all right, and we square up, and the fight was very simple. He like tried to rush me, and I hit him with a left in the face, and he backed up, and then he tried to rush me again, and when he rushed me the second time, he probably got one or two shots in, but I let him get really close to me, and I tripped him. And it was like just incredibly easy to get mount because he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything at all to stop me from getting into mount. So I got into mount immediately, and I pinned his hands down, and he was like just like trying to get up, and he couldn't. And I was just like, I know how to fight or whatever, and like I literally didn't even hit him after I took him down.
Wow.
And he was like, he struggled long enough to get tired. And then he was like, "Fuck, all right, you win." And I let him up, and he like wants to shake my hand now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Fuck, now you're gonna shake my hand." I shake his hand. I'm like, "Leave me alone." And I don't know. That was it though. It wasn't even like it was super dumb. And I didn't even. I just kind of like. I guess I just wanted to show him that he probably shouldn't be
fucking around with people,
trying to fight people.
Yeah.
Like, why would you even try to fight somebody? You don't even know how to fight.
Yeah.
Nothing even happened though.
Yeah, when you grapple with someone that knows how to grapple and you don't, it's like it's terrifying. It's a horrible place to be.
Yeah, you get embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, Pablo, thanks for coming, man. Let's wrap this bitch up.
We did it.
We did it. We fucking did it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Where can people find you? Instagram, YouTube, TikTok?
I think the only thing that matters is my Instagram, which is Pob's Pants.
Pob's Pants.
Yeah, Pob's Pants.
Hell yeah, you got a great last name, man. You should go buy it more.
The full thing.
The full thing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm coming up with some nicknames. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, hey guys, thank you all for listening. We'll talk to you next week. Peace.
We did it.